A slice of life from Ashvale in the Amberflow marsh. In Ashvale, dawn didn't rise. It drifted in. A slow gray light seeped between the slats of the shanties, filtered through curtains of moss and dew-heavy fog. The village didn't so much wake as soften into motion. Shutters creaked, kettles hissed, and footsteps squelched in the muck outside. Talla Reedfoot lit her copper lantern with a reed wick soaked in bog oil, watching it sputter once before settling into a steady glow. Her boots were already on, patched and sealed with fish glue and love. She tucked her satchel over one shoulder, careful not to jostle the wrapped bottle inside. Out in the lane, mist clung low to the duckboards and floating platforms that crisscrossed the marsh. A half-rotted signpost at the central dock read East, Willow Reach, South, Thistledown, nowhere, everywhere else. Ashvale had a sense of humor. You needed one living here. Talla's first stop was the glowroot garden, where her mother grew herbs that thrived in low light and high humidity. Ghost mint, sludgeberry, marshland creeper. She plucked 3 purple bulbs from the mud and left a copper coin in the offering bowl. Old habits. By midday, the light above had barely brightened. A breeze stirred the cattails. Somewhere far off, a gull cried once, then stopped. Talla reached the old stone circle at the north edge of the marsh, long buried, only the tops of the ring visible above the bog. She knelt. From her satchel, she drew the bottle, a cloudy glass thing filled with something that glowed faintly blue. Bogfire, captured and cooled. She uncorked it, poured a few drops onto the moss between the stones, and whispered, "For those who walked and never came back, light your way home." The flames sank into the ground and vanished. When she rose, someone stood behind her. Old Breff, with his salt-gray beard and missing ear, leaning on a spear shaft wrapped in marsh twine. "Lantern run?" he asked. Talla nodded. "For the ones we never named." Breff grunted. "You've got your mother's heart, and your father's fool streak. Guess that means I'm well-balanced." He chuckled. Together they walked back into the mist, lanterns bobbing. As they passed the bogline bridge, they saw the village kids playing with glowtoads, laughing as the creatures leapt from lily pad to lily pad. Someone played a reed whistle from a porch nearby, slow and low, a tune for dusk, despite it only being early afternoon. At the main platform, Mari the farrier unloaded a barge full of mushrooms and bundled reeds. "Willow Reach trades light this week," she called. "Storms choke the river." "Storms don't choke the river," Breff muttered, "but I won't fight the metaphor." Ashvale didn't get news so much as driftwood, bits of story, soggy and half-useful. That was enough. Anything urgent had a way of roaring through on its own. That night, as the mist thickened and the bog lanterns were lit, Talla sat outside her home and watched the shimmer of light along the reed lines. One flickered, then steadied. She'd left another bottle out there earlier, just in case, and maybe, just maybe, one more would find their way home tonight.